The Houston Rockets just pulled off what might be the most underrated chess move in recent NBA history, and somehow nobody's talking about it yet. While everyone was obsessing over blockbuster trades and rookie max contracts, Houston quietly assembled something that should have every front office executive sweating bullets. They didn't just add Kevin Durant, they created the perfect storm. Here's what's got the league shook. You've got Kevin Durant, one of the most unguardable scorers in NBA history, now playing under Ime Udoka, a defensive mastermind who's already proven he can turn lottery picks into championship contenders. But here's the kicker, Udoka has put in over 10,000 hours studying Kevin Durant. As a player, as an assistant coach, as an opponent. He knows KD's game better than KD knows it himself. And now they're on the same team. The defending champion Thunder think they're ready for what's coming. They have no clue what's about to hit them. Let me paint you the picture of what Houston just accomplished. Last season, they grabbed the second seed in the loaded Western Conference with a team built on pure grit and defensive intensity. Ime Udoka took a franchise that was stuck in basketball purgatory and turned them into a 52-win team that pushed the Warriors to 7 games. But they had one fatal flaw. They couldn't get a bucket when it mattered most. Sound familiar, Rockets fans? We've seen this movie before with James Harden disappearing in big moments for 8 years. That problem just got solved in the most devastating way possible. Let's start with what everyone thinks they know about Kevin Durant at 37 years old. He's washed. He can't carry a team anymore. The Suns proved he's done. Here's what the numbers actually say. Over his last 2 seasons playing for that dysfunctional Phoenix mess, KD averaged 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists on 52, 42, 85 shooting splits. That's not just good. That's elite efficiency from a guy who's supposedly over the hill. But here's what separates this Houston situation from Phoenix. Durant finally has a coach who understands exactly how to use him. Brian Windhorst said it best. Ime Udoka has put in 10,000 hours on Kevin Durant. Think about that for a second. Udoka played against him as a Spurs player when KD was with the Thunder. He coached against him in the playoffs when Durant was with the Warriors. He was literally on Durant's coaching staff in Brooklyn. Then he coached Team USA, where Durant was the star player. This isn't just familiarity. This is a PhD-level understanding of how to maximize Kevin Durant's impact. Now, here's where it gets scary for the rest of the league. Everyone knows Durant can score. That's never been the question. The question has always been, can he still defend at an elite level? Here's the truth about Durant's defense that most people miss. When locked in, he's one of the most versatile defenders in the league. At 7 feet tall with a 7'5" wingspan, he can guard positions 1 through 5 effectively. His length allows him to contest shots without fouling, and his basketball IQ means he's always in the right position. Durant's career defensive rating sits at 107.4, and he's averaged over a block and nearly a steal per game throughout his career. The problem in Phoenix wasn't his ability, it was the system. He was asked to carry too much offensive load while getting no defensive help. In Houston's system, Durant won't have to be the entire defense. He can pick his spots, use his length strategically, and impact winning without exhausting himself on both ends every night. Ime Udoka isn't just another coach. He's a defensive savant who's already performed miracles in Houston. In his first season, he took the Rockets from lottery team to the 2nd seed. They ranked 4th in defensive efficiency and allowed the 6th fewest points in the league. His secret weapon? Constant variation. Udoka employs what insiders call unique and unusual defensive strategies, constantly switching between man-to-man and zone defenses, sometimes multiple times within a single quarter. This keeps opposing offenses guessing and forces them into mistakes they never saw coming. Kevin Durant himself has publicly praised Udoka's defensive schemes, saying this distinctive coaching style influenced his decision to join Houston. When a player of Durant's caliber specifically mentions your defensive system as a recruiting tool, you know you've got something special. But Udoka's impact goes beyond X's and O's. He's a culture builder who demands toughness, grit, and high effort and intensity from every player. His approach is characterized by brutal honesty and an unwavering willingness to call out and push his star players to be better. Now, here's where this gets absolutely insane, and why the rest of the league should be terrified. The Rockets didn't just add Kevin Durant to some random collection of players. They added him to what might be the most perfectly constructed supporting cast in the NBA. Let's break down this roster because the depth and versatility is absolutely ridiculous. At point guard, you've got Fred VanVleet, a proven champion who acts as the coach on the floor and provides that steadying hand for the younger players. This is a guy who hit clutch shots in Toronto's championship run and knows exactly how to set up scorers like KD. At shooting guard, Ime Thompson brings that explosive athleticism and defensive playmaking that makes Udoka's schemes possible. This kid is part of what insiders call a ferocious turnover-forcing duo. With his defensive intensity and 7-foot wingspan, he can guard anyone from point guards to power forwards. Kevin Durant slides in at small forward as the perfect focal point, elite scorer with two-way versatility that can operate at multiple positions. But here's the beautiful part. He doesn't have to do everything anymore. At power forward, Jabari Smith Jr. provides that defensive versatility and improving shooting that complements Durant perfectly. This is a guy who can switch onto guards without getting exposed and stretch the floor when KD operates in the post. And at center, Alperen Şengün gives them something most teams can only dream of: a playmaking big with elite court vision and basketball IQ. The kid averaged 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists last season while anchoring a top 5 defense. He's only 21 years old and already doing things that make Nikola Jokic jealous. But wait, it gets deeper. The bench is loaded with starting caliber talent. Harry Eason and Ime Thompson form that defensive duo that can terrorize opposing second units. Reed Shepherd provides that rookie sharpshooter element with high basketball IQ. Cam Whitmore brings explosive scoring off the bench. Then you add the veteran additions: Dorian Finney-Smith, a top wing defender and former teammate of Durant who knows exactly how to play winning basketball. Steven Adams for when they need old-school physicality in the paint. Clint Capella adding even more rim protection and rebounding. This roster construction is absolutely genius. They've got multiple starting caliber wings who can play various positions, giving Udoka immense tactical flexibility. They can deploy a wingstop lineup with Thompson, Finney-Smith, Eason, Durant, and Smith Jr. Good luck getting a clean look against that length and athleticism. The scary part, most of these guys are still young and improving. Thompson is 20 years old, Şengün is 21, Smith Jr. is 21, Eason is 23. They're not just adding Durant to a veteran team trying to squeeze out one last run. They're adding him to a core that's just entering their prime. And here's what makes this roster construction so brilliant. Every piece complements Durant perfectly. VanVleet can run the offense and get KD easy looks. Şengün can create from the high post while Durant operates on the perimeter. The wings can switch everything defensively, allowing Durant to roam and make impact plays. This isn't just depth. This is championship-level depth with a purpose. When Durant sits, you've got Şengün holding down the paint and other scorers providing instant offense. Need defensive versatility? Multiple guys can guard anyone from point guards to power forwards. Need shooting? They've got floor spacers at every position. Need playoff experience? Durant and Van Vliet have been there and delivered. The intentional roster construction shows this front office understands something most teams miss. Championship squads need players whose skills complement each other, not compete for the same role. Every signing, every trade, every draft pick has been made with Durant's eventual arrival in mind. Here's what makes this partnership absolutely terrifying. Durant and Udoka solve each other's biggest problems. Durant's biggest issue in Phoenix? No real point guard. No defensive system. No clear identity. He was basically playing hero ball at 37 years old, carrying the entire offensive load while getting no help on defense. Udoka's biggest challenge last season? No reliable closer. No one who could get a bucket when the game was on the line. Remember Jalen Green in Game 7? 8 points. For a franchise that watched James Harden disappear in big moments for nearly a decade, they've seen that movie before. Now, Durant gets to play in a structured system with elite defenders around him, while Udoka gets the most unguardable scorer in basketball history to close games. Here's the reality that should terrify the rest of the Western Conference. The Rockets' championship window is wide open right now. The Lakers are aging out. The Warriors' dynasty is ending. The Nuggets have Jokic but lack consistent help. Even the defending champion Thunder, for all their young talent, haven't faced anything like what Houston is about to unleash. Durant brings championship experience, 2 titles, multiple finals appearances, clutch gene that can't be taught. Udoka brings championship coaching DNA. He took the Celtics to the finals in his first season before circumstances derailed his Boston tenure. Together, they represent the perfect blend of veteran savvy and tactical brilliance that championship teams are built on. Throughout NBA history, the most successful partnerships have been between demanding coaches and superstar players who buy into the system. Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan, Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan, Pat Riley and Magic Johnson. The common thread? Mutual respect, accountability, and a shared vision of what it takes to win at the highest level. Udoka's proven willingness to challenge star players, combined with Durant's expressed appreciation for Udoka's methods, suggests we're looking at the foundation of something special. If this partnership reaches its potential, it could fundamentally change how teams approach roster construction and coaching hires. The blueprint would be clear. Find a defensive-minded coach who can maximize veteran talent while developing young players. Then, surround them with versatile, high IQ players who can adapt to multiple systems. But here's the problem for everyone else. There's only one Ime Udoka, and there's only one Kevin Durant. This isn't a formula that can be easily replicated. The NBA has a Kevin Durant and Ime Udoka problem because this partnership represents everything the league fears. A proven scorer playing for a proven coach on a team with championship-level depth and defensive identity. Durant gets the structured system and defensive support he's been missing. Udoka gets the closer and veteran leadership his young team needed. The Rockets get their best shot at a championship since the Hakeem Olajuwon era. For Houston fans who've endured years of playoff disappointment and franchise instability, this feels different. This feels like the real deal. The question isn't whether Durant and Udoka can work together. Udoka's 10,000 hours of studying Durant guarantees they will. The question is whether anyone else in the league is ready for what's coming. Based on what we've seen so far, the answer is a resounding no. The Rockets are coming, and they're bringing a level of tactical sophistication and veteran leadership that could define the next era of NBA basketball. Houston, you might finally have your championship team.